I am back, my fellow Weebians, to give you What If Deku Was a Villain Part 3, and you guys really wanted this. So, yeah, sorry, guys, I had a project to do and all that. It was, killing me and stuff like that. Not that bad, but hey, guys, I finally wrote it down properly on my iPhone. Uh, yo, bro, flexing an iPhone. I should not even be flexing anything. This is iPhone 7, bro. Broke activity over here. But nah, actually, the script, or not even the script, those basically, I just wrote down arcs about what's gonna happen. Arc return, arc mission, arc information, and arc preparation. So there's 4 arcs in this one clip. So it's probably gonna be like a good 50, probably 30 minutes. Actually, no, I'm just lowballing it right now. I'm just lowballing it hardcore. If it was me, this would take an hour, a good hour, 50 minutes. Who knows? Because this one's an arc, and I talk a lot. I need to stop that. But hey, guys, I have a question. I'm gonna do a poll. Should I make less videos, like 30-minute videos, but cover way more information about the what if, or make longer videos, get you guys tired and stuff like that, and cover like the same information, but I don't know, same information, but no, a little more information, but just stretched out for like more side arcs. You know what I mean? Not side arcs. Make an hour video, but have like side missions, side things, experience, or make it short, 30 minutes. Do the same, just a little bit, but not as much as an hour videos. These side missions, if I do it short videos with 30 minutes, it's gonna cover way more of the canon, basically. Yeah, I call it canon. It's gonna cover way more of the canon, and instead of the side missions, the filler. Or do an hour video, put some filler inside that hour video, like dates or little missions to accomplish, and canon inside. Or should I do short, a little bit of filler, and whole thing like that, like canon, filler, and canon. Just a little bit of filler and canon for 30 minutes, or stretched out a lot of filler and some canon, to all that. But this one's probably gonna be an hour because I did put a fat arc for a filler. Not that filler, it's just the returned arc, basically. So let's start this what if off where we left off, guys. We see Izuku hugging Shigaraki, or I'm gonna call her Shiggy in this one, and we see Shiggy come closer and closer to Izuku's precious lips with a capital P. But she goes to Izuku's ears and say, "I really missed you, Izuku, and I'm not that easy to get." Izuku was flustered, and he doesn't know what she means by easy to get. Shigaraki laughs and steps a little back. She's like, It's really great to see you again, Izuku. I really missed you." She looking up and down and twiddling her fingers. Izuku looks at her and smiles. Yeah, it's a lot. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of cringe for me when he stops. But yeah, it's getting into me like that. Not like that, guys. But yeah, Izuku and Shigaraki sits down on the couch and reminisce about their good old days, about how much they played video games together. Because I'm gonna say like 50 to like a whole year together. Let's say 1 year with them and 2 years. I believe I said 2 years is the training. So Shigaraki had a year with Izuku, and she got really attached. The only friend she ever had in her whole life. I mean, she had All For One as a father, but not a really friend. But Izuku, he was his first friend. And well, while all that's happening, they were talking about how Izuku missed out on playing video games with her like this whole time. She kind of mad. And she's like, All For One's also mad just to give you an Xbox for you not to use. And Izuku's like, yeah, or was it PS4? I forgot what system was it. Don't kill me in the comments, guys. But Izuku's like, yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. It's because of the training, I swear. And she's like, yeah, excuses. Is that all I'm gonna hear from you, Izuku? She says, pointing at him. He's like, yeah, I'm so sorry, and stuff like that. I won't do it again. I swear. I swear on God. On God. And Shigaraki's like, fine, Izuku, but you're really giving me a migraine over here. But it's so great to meet you again. See you. And Izuku's like, yeah, it really is. And Shigaraki got this light bulb, this thought. Oh, Izuku, I heard there was a new arcade in the mall. And I heard it's really good. I swear. And Izuku's like, arcade place, huh? Like retro? And she's like, yeah, retro. They have the Pac-Man. Oh, they also have new games too. They have Candy Rush, Wreck-It Ralph. You see, yeah, Wreck-It Ralph is a part of this universe now, guys. Good lucks. And she's talking about all the arcade games that came out, and Zuko's getting a little excited. You know, he loves retro gaming. He used to have his mom gave him a, how should I say, Nintendo and a Genesis and a, let's see, PS1, even though it's not like retro, you know, 2-bit games, but same thing to me, you know what I mean, guys? Yeah. No, it's not really the same. It's different. But she was talking about all the retro games, and Izuku, he got a little excited, and he's like, "Oh, there was a Mario Kart donkey." He's like, "Yep, let's go. You're getting me a little excited, Shiggy." And she's like, "What do you mean by that?" I'm playing. But yeah, Izuku got excited hearing her say about this new mall thing. And Izuku, not suggested, but like said, "Yeah, let's go. I'm really want to see how this goes." And we see Kirigori's like, oh, so you guys are going to the mall. Should I ask you? My bad. Escort you there? And she's like, no, Kirigori, I want to walk and talk with Izuku, but thank you for asking. And Kirigori's like, anything you say, master. So Izuku and Shiraki opens the door and leaves. We see Dabi like, Izuku, how are you not dead yet? From the stories I heard from Kyra, she was a feisty one, and Shigaraki's like, what do you mean by that? And Dabi's like, nothing. Of course. Dabi's shaking a little, and Izuku's like, don't worry, Dabi. To you was a misunderstanding. Kane comes from the background. Yo, Izuku, is this your ghost? I swear to God, bro. I feel like I conjure you up right now. And Izuku's like, I'm not dead. He's like, are you sure? I swear to God, like, I heard stories what Kyra said about her, like, she feisty, no cap, like. And Izuku's like, you and your TikTok slang, you need to stop watching those stuff. And Kane's like, what do you mean? I'm so hip and cool with the cool kids, he says. And Izuku just cringed, Dabi cringes, and Shigaraki cringe just hearing him. Seth is like, stop it. But Izuku, I'm still wondering, how are you alive? Like, I heard stories with Kyra. And Shigaraki's like, Kyra, what shit does she be saying about me? Shigaraki says. And Seth and Kane says, stuff. I need a word with Kyra. Oh God. I wonder what's worse. Kyra gonna jump us for ratting her out. And Izuku laughs and Dabi laughs. It's stuff like that. And Izuku's like, yo, Dabi, me and Shiggy are about to go to the arcade. You want to come with? For some reason, Shiggy got a little tensed. Like, Dabi, like, nah, she just want to be a one-on-one, you know what I mean? And Dabi's like, nah, me and Kyra are about to do a little mission, all for one says. And Izuku's like, what do you mean mission? And Dabi's like, it's about a mission about some traitor that got loose from our organization. Looks like he chickened out by changing his quirk. He couldn't take the smoke, I guess. And Izuku was like, yeah, I guess, but see you later then. Shigaraki relaxes her tensiness, you know, she relaxes. It's like, oh, okay, it's gonna be me and Izuku. And she's like, wait, what do you mean by that? Me and Izuku. I don't like him, you know, getting that little tsundere action in her head. What do you mean by that? She's thinking. Yeah. Well, we see Izuku and Shigaraki walking down the street uh talking about Izuku's training. And Izuku's like, yeah, me and Dabi really got strong over the years. My fire really got under control, and I can control it. It's like my quirk is like a manifestation of a human being. I feel like I can just hear it, you know? And Shigaraki's like, what do you mean by that? I don't know how to explain it. It's like the fire, it's talking to me. It's like a living fire that is producing inside me. I can't really think about it, but it's Shigaraki's like, you can calm down. Understand. Quirks can change you in a way. Shigaraki says. She's like, yeah, I think it really can. They start walking and they finally get to the mall. They go inside the arcade and they start playing Pac-Man. Seeing the patterns while Shigaraki's not understanding this game. She gets mad and and she loses to Izuku, and Izuku laughs low. He's like, wow, you're really bad at this game. Don't you not see the patterns? And Shigaraki's like, what do you mean patterns? And Izuku explains the patterns and how the game works and how all that. And Shigaraki's like, oh, I really never thought about that way. I just thought about getting little pellets, you know? And Izuku's like, crack me up. You're funny. And she's like, I'm not funny. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh, you think I'm a clown? And Izuku's like, calm down. I meant funny while making a joke or messing up, you know, clumsy. And she's like, I'm not clumsy or dutsy. I'm not a blonde. And Izuku laughs again. Wow, she really getting into me, huh? I'm not like that. And Izuku's having a whole breakdown in his head for saying stuff like that. So they go to Donkey Kong 1. Actually, Shigaraki wins this one. And Izuku's like thinking about, I'm a failure. Sorry, all for one. Sorry, Mom, that I left you. I was really falling for a long time. If you don't get that reference, you don't know who I am. I'm playing. But if you do get that reference, hey, you Dobby, bro. You Dobby, bro. You're legit Dobby. I'm gonna stop. But yeah, after all that, Izuku plays another game. It was Candy Crush. While we see Dabi getting mad for losing for like the second time, she touched it with all 5 fingers and it incinerates. And we see Izuku and Shigaraki leaving the place very fast because the owner's yelling at them. We see a 3-bit or like 4-bit character looking out of a screen, seeing those 2 kids run, seeing her best friend from Candy Rush, I believe, gets disintegrated, and he's saddened. If you don't know who that is, it's Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, they start running out of the place, and they breathe heavily. Wow, Shigaraki, you really got mad, huh? She's like, the game was rigged. He's like, no, you're just a sore loser, Shiggy. And she's like, yeah, I'm a pretty sore loser, but no, the game was rigged. I won. She twirls her head to the left hard, and it hits Izuku, and Izuku smiles. Okay, Shigaraki, if you say so. So we see Izuku and Shigaraki returning home, and Izuku and Shigaraki were talking about how great the arcade game was and how they're banned for life now for what Shigaraki did. And Izuku's like, don't worry, one day we just steal a, I don't know, Nintendo, Genesis, and or I don't know, Dreamcast. You know, talking about all that and stuff like that. And Shigaraki brought up the topic about which is better, games now and games in the 90s. Shigaraki especially thought about the 90s games, while Izuku was talking about how the 2000 and ups were better. While Shigaraki was talking about how great 2-bits were. Izuku was talking about how the 3D graphics and how storytelling was way better. Like, and then she started bringing up the classics and stuff like that. But let's go to the time skip. We see Izuku go inside the bar with Shigaraki, and we see the whole League of Villains, just, you know, the casual guys. We see Kyra, Kane, and Seth all there. We see Dabi. Dabi's all scratched up from the mission, and Kyra's talking about how he did good. And Shizuka's like, oh, Dabi, what's happening here? You good, bro? You got hella demolished, my friend. And Zuko's like, Dabi's like, look, he has a strong quirk. I don't know why he once switched it. It makes no sense. And Zuko's like, what quirk was it to make you all scratched up? Well, it was a water quirk, and it was really powerful. It shot like fire truck hose water. Like, it was so fast I couldn't even see it. My fire got extinguished, and Kyra had to save me. And Kyra's like, oh, yeah, I had to save him, and stuff like that. And Zuko, you're back. Well, All For One has something to say to you. And Zuko's like, All For One? In Zuko's mind, it's like, it's been a long time since I heard All For One's voice again. I hope I can hear it once again. And we hear All For One's like, Zuko, it's great to see you again. While showing off the camera, that shows not All For One, but it says, screen not available yet. But the camera's pointing to Zuko, so you can see Zuko. It's great to see you, Zuko. And I heard great things about you by Kyra. She trained you pretty well, and I'm happy that you have gotten stronger. But I believe you get stronger, way stronger. And you too, Shiggy. I trained you well. And I had he's talking about how he had a private stuff like that to train Shigaraki and stuff, like strong people. She knows basically all the martial arts. She's as good, greater, because Izuku was learning about fire more. She's a greater martial arts than Izuku. She can probably beat Izuku's ass in a fight, but not a quirk fight, because Izuku has more of a long-term advantage against her. It was fire. But yeah, she's a great fighter, and she's Offering was talking about how great stuff like that, blah blah blah, and then he gets to the point of all this. Izuku, I have a mission for you, and Kane will be there to mentor you to it. See, in the underworld, I had a few guys, and they brought up some rumors about this new, how should I say, bullet. We call it a quirk bullet. It can enhance or take away quirks. And Zuko's like, take away quirks? Huh. That's wow. Zuko's thinking, taking away quirks. I wonder how that'll feel for someone. Wonder if I shoot Baka. And then Zuko stops. Yeah. So this can take away bullets. How? And Offering was like, I don't know. See, I thought I was the only one that can take away quirks, but it looks like there's someone else that can take away quirks. It's probably someone's blood that can take away someone's quirk. That would be a great quirk. I need you to get more information about that. And they're also selling the bullet. I actually talked about the guy. He also works in the underground. His name is Overhaul. He's selling these quirks, but they cost a lot. And I have the money for it, of course. And Azuka's like, okay, so what do you want me to do? See, they picked a location for you to visit to get this quirk bullet. So, are you up to the task for it? Ken will be there to mentor you, like I said. And Zuko's like, I will do it, and I will not disappoint you, sir. And he's like, good. I hope you don't disappoint. Because I see you as a son. And even if you do mess up this mission, I won't be mad. I will not be disappointed. Remember that, Izuku. I hope you can make me proud, though. I see you as a son. I see you as something that damn. And Izuku's like, don't bring up his name. Offrone's like, yes, I understand. Too much for you to handle. And Izuku's like, yeah, I know. So we see Izuku stop talking with All For One, and All For One says goodbye to Izuku and everyone in the whole thing. King comes up to Izuku and says, okay, so you ready, kid? And Izuku's like, I'm born ready. We see Shigaraki like, are you sure you don't want any assistance? And Izuku's like, it's okay, I can do this myself, and with Kane he could be mentoring, so I won't be damaged in any way. We see Izuku and Kane leave the League of Villains hideout. We see Kane talking to Kirigiri and telling him this location on the dot. So Kirigiri spawns the portal and Izuku gets out. We see a bunch of guys, only 3 guys, of course. They're just sitting down, in the crutching position, or like where you have your the gangster style sit, where you're like crouching, like really down, and you're like sitting on your feet. Yeah, that. So they were like that, and we see them just waiting. The portal opens and we see Izuku and Kane get out. Kane put on this face of sinisterness. Not really sinister, but like this gangster face that if you try to fuck with me, you're dead. Kind of puzzles the other gangsters, but they don't take nothing about it. So we see them say, "You're finally here. Took you long enough." And Izuku's like, "Yeah, we're finally here, and we got the dough for it too." Izuku says, and Kane's like, "Calm down, kid. Yes, we have the dough. Don't mind him." And Izuku's like, "I can talk for myself." Giving him that Damien shit. I'm sorry, I had to say that. Damien, Black, Batman stuff. Robin. And Kane's like, "Look, we have the dough. Do you have the bullets? You don't want to make All For One mad. We have the money." And he's like, "Hey, calm down. I need to see if the money's real, so pass the money over." It's like, "Are you gonna pass the quirk bullets too?" No. We have to check if the money is real. Pass it over, or you don't want this to get dirty, huh? So you dare threaten a commander? He's like, "I don't care what you are. I know. If he keeps talking," he pulls out a gun. "If you keep talking, I'm gonna shoot you. Now let me see if the money is real." Kane throws the money at him. He opens it. "Yeah, it's legit. Okay, kill these guys." And they pull out guns. Kane's like, "I knew this was probably gonna happen." Before they were about to shoot them, Kane summons a whole army of the undead. Not that much, but like a bunch. Like good 20. And they start shooting at them and stuff like that. Kane just in the corner, lighting up a cigarette. So Izuku, you want to have some action? Izuku's like, "I thought you will never ask." Okay, they have bullets. When you hear them, when they hear them, my bad, guys, I had to burp in myself. When you hear them jam their guns, or when their guns are not full anymore, rush at them. By the way, don't let them live. Izuku's like, "Okay." Izuku's like, it's been long since I got my body on. I'm about to take, let's see, I killed that guy from that underground match. So if I take out these 3, maybe 3 more bodies, huh? Dang, I'm gonna become a serial killer if I keep going at it. Who cares? This is all for one. He took me in, so I have to repay everything back. If it costs me a life, if it costs others' lives, I will do it. And Izuku says, while they finish shooting off the undead, they all fall to the floor and die. Kane's like, "Now, kid." We see Izuku do some Shinra shit. He starts flying off of his feet and going straight towards the villains, or the gangsters. The gangsters puzzled. This kid has a fire quirk? Don't matter. The guy had a plant quirk, and he starts shooting towards Izuku. The plants we're gonna wrap around Izuku, but Izuku makes a burst of fire that destroys it in an instant. We see Izuku come close to the guy that made the plants and shoves his hand in his mouth. We see Izuku say, "Incinerate." This blows off the guy's head with fire. The guy dies. No shit, but the guy falls down, and the cause of death was death. I'm playing a stop that, but the dude falls over, and he's headless now. The guy's like, "This kid's fucking insane." He tries to put back his put bullets in his gun, but it jams. Izuku's already towards him. He grabs him by the neck. He's holding him in the air. Kane's like, this is a kind of overkill. Let's see where this goes. The guy that told them to kill the Zuko and Kane, the mastermind into this, looked back. He pulls out his gun and tries to shoot Azuku. Azuku in an instant turns and he looks. He grabs the guy and uses him as a body shield. The dude gets shot like 5 times. Azuku just looks at him. He's like, damn, you killed your own teammate. Look at you. You're the scum of the earth, huh? Azuku grabs him, but not grabs the main guy, but the guy he has on it. The guy he's holding with his hand on his neck. He chokes him, breaks his neck, and burns his neck. So dude's fucking dead. So he looks at the other guy. The guy blinks and Zuko's right in front of him. He's like, he tries to shoot him, but Zuko grabs a gun and he burns it. He squeezes it very hard and he seals the gun barrel. He's like, he looks at it. He's like, Zuko in an instant punches the dude in the face. He makes a finger sign with his hands and he's like, so let me ask you again. He goes down to his level. Give me the bullets and you'll live, but we're taking back the money. Okay? He's like, yeah. Tell Overall that Offer One sent him his regards. He takes the bullets, he takes the cash, they dip. Kane was praising Azuku. He's like, that's some fucking leadership, or not leadership. That's some fucking general type shit. Like, you're gonna take my place for damn sure if you keep this up. As he's like, I might, and Kane's like, you're not. As he's like, okay. You know, they're having all that shit, laughter and stuff like that. Well, that was happening. They finally call Kirigiri to pull up the portal. They go inside and bam, bro. Mission successful, bro. Took down 2 guys, killed them, of course, and told the other one that says, yo, bro, I fuck with your shit, boy. Took him out like that, you know. Big dubs for Izuku in this arc. And yeah, we see Izuku get back to the hideout, and we see Offer One's like, Izuku, Kane filled me in. That's some fucking shit. No, like he said like that. But he says more civilized. That is some impressive stuff you're talking about there. And it's true, you said it word by word. Tell overall. Wait, my bad. Tell overall. Offer One send him his regards. That really touched me right there. I'm not gonna lie, Izuku. That really touched me right there. It was like, anything for you, Offer One. He's like, good. So take a rest, okay? You did a lot, and that must have used up your quirk. And he's like, not at all, sir. That was just a measly fraction of my power that I put into them. Oh, Kyra, you should get promoted. Wait, oh, never mind. You can't be promoted. You're at the highest class. And she's like, I know, I understand, but you trained my my son Izuku well, and Izuku freaked out that he called him his son. You know, he got like that. You know, it was like, damn, my Offer was proud of me. You know what I mean? But yeah, and Gar's like, thank you, sir. I trained him well. And Dobby's like Izuku looks at Dobby like, yeah, bro, I didn't even have a scratch in my mission, but look at you, you all dirty up, boy. You can't even take that much. You losing your touch, huh? And Dobby's like, yeah. The difference is they have measly quirks, and one had a plant quirk, bro. A plant quirk. You're a fire quirk. You burned that shit down. The other one was a water quirk. You understand that? It's like excuses. Even though you're probably right, but excuses, bro. If you can't take the heat, don't get burned. And yeah, that's what Izuku said to Dabi. And yeah, so Offer was like, so you say you're not tired, would you like to take up another mission? But this is gonna take how should I say, 11 months to get to. And Izuku's like, what do you mean 11 months? It's like, well, the new 1A class, and I have a suspicion that All Might, and Zika froze up. All Might. All Might will have a successor by now. So I want you and Shigaraki to go find some information on 1A. Could you please do me this favor? I understand. And Zika's like, no. Sir, I'll do you this, but 11 months. What am I gonna do to then? He's like, well, I have this thing that I need you to take care of, or I need you to go to this doctor. He's gonna provide you with some information about your quirk. And he was like, what do you mean by that? Well, he has information because he is pretty old. How should I say? I gave him a quirk that aged this doctor since a long time ago, of course. And Zuko's like, what? And he's like, no, nothing. Off one. I'm telling you a little too much. He probably won't like me telling you the whole thing about him. But he's the one that fixed me up when I was, beaten by All Might. He's like, All Might. Yes, sir. I understand. So where is he? He's like, well, he's at blah, blah, blah. And Zuko's like, I understand, sir. I'll go see him. Kirigiri gives him a portal. He goes over there. And Zuko sees a doctor. My bad. He was thinking, I feel like I saw this person before, as he thought. And the doctor's like, oh, sit down. So, you're here for one thing. About your quirk. I know everything about it. As he was like, what do you mean by that? Well, I studied the quirk, or the hero that had it. And the second hero, he was crazy and a bastard, so All for One took care of him, of course. He took his quirk, but his quirk started eating him away, so we put it in a jar. Then you came, so All for One got the quirk back and gave it to you. This quirk is very powerful, but you don't know how to wield it yet. You only grasp the fire, or the potential that it has. By Kyra, she taught you ways to use it. Martial arts and fire combined, but she's not really teaching you the fire power that you can use. And in this 11 months, I heard or seen that there's something called the USJ. I'm gonna have you and Shigaraki go there to take out Class 1A, because we heard, or there's probably gonna be reasons that All Might is gonna have a successor. And Zuko remembers the information. He's like, I have to tell All for One who is going to be the successor for All for One. Or, I mean, One for All, my bad. Got mixed up by that. So Zuko's like, carry on. What do you mean by about the power? And Zuko's like, see, I noticed that the original person that had the power only used 50% of it. For some reason, he was not strong enough to use the other 50%. So, I believe you, points at Izuku, you can wield this such power. Izuku's like, how? If the original couldn't wield it, why do you think I can't wield it? And the guy smiles a little. He looks at Izuku. Because I have experiments for this. I try to talk All for One into it, but no. Why would I talk into someone that wouldn't even risk his life, risk his quirk? He thought it was a more how should I say, risk to all his quirks to be burned. It made it more stronger. As he was like, I understand, but what do you mean? And it's like, you don't understand, huh? Well, I'll put it in simpler terms. The experiments will make the quirk stronger, so he thought it might destroy all his quirks. So there's a 50-50 chance that was going to happen, so he chose not to do it. But you don't have multiple quirks because you're quirkless. So you're the perfect candidate for this quirk and the experiment. But there's a chance that you might die by taking these experiments. I'm saying if you're willing to, how should I say, take it. Izuku thinks for a little. Anything for all for one. And the doctor smiles with a sinister grin. Perfect. So, this 11 months, don't worry. The experiments, you can go to the hideout, stuff like that. But this experiment is going to take some time off of your day. Understand? And Izuku's like, I understand. So, he's giving him the lowdown of when he's going to come. So Izuku leaves, and Izuku gets back. And our friend was like, good. So he talked to him about it. Izuku's like, yes, I did. He gave me the lowdown about this new experiment he had called the Nomu. And he's like, I didn't even tell him to talk about that. Or I did. What Nomu did he speak of? Some big, strong version. He's like, oh, good. Wait, what type? I was gonna say non-speaking. He's like, okay, yes, that's the one. Good. He didn't talk about the other one. And Zuko's like, what do you mean other one? He's like, nothing, kid. But so I wonder, are you gonna do the experiment? He's like, anything for you, all for one. I chose yes. And all for one was like, good. So you will risk your life for it, huh? And Zuko's like, yes. And Shigaraki's like, master, father, risk his life? And Offron was like, yes, this experiment might take some time of his life or none of it, or just kill him off the bat. We just have to see. And Shigaraki's like, no, you can't let him do this. So he's like, calm down, Shigaraki. I chose this. And he's like, Shigaraki's like, no, I don't want you to die. Who's gonna fulfill your dreams when you're gone? As he's like, look, if I'm gone, my dreams will die. So, it's okay. And I believe you. I believe, because it's so hard to put in words. If I die and my dreams die, I don't know what to do. But one of my dreams were to serve All for One for what he did. So if dying is a case to this, I will die. Even though I have other dreams to succeed. As he's like thinking about Shiraki, maybe marrying her. He's like, he got off back. He's like, no, taking away Bakugo's quirk or killing him. His sister, and Todoroki. He's like, if those dreams die, at least I know Shigaraki will do it for me. So serving All for One is the only thing I'll do. If it caused me death, then death shall be. Shigaraki is like, how can you think like that? So it's like, well, all I want is to serve and please All for One. He brought me when I was in my lowest. So I will bring him to his greatest. If I have to kill All Might, so be it. I'll enjoy it too. I have to kill the students, then I have to kill the students. I'll have to kill anybody in my way. Shigaraki. So yeah, Shigaraki's like, fine. I can't push you out of your way anyway. She walks towards Izuku, hugs him. We see Dabi like, oh snap. Kyra's like, oh my. Ken's like, that's my boy. Seth is like, this is getting interesting. Offron's like, Kirigiri, motionless. So yeah, time skip. We see Izuku outside. We see Izuku. Not my bad. We see Izuku finishing up his experiments. A time skip 11 months. We see Izuku finish up his experiments. Izuku now his arms, you have to cover it because it constantly glows green and black. So it glows green and it has this like shade, or like his skin's black, but it also glows green. So when he's not using his quirk, his hand is black, but when he uses it, it's green. It's like hockey, but if hockey was covered by green when you use it, something. It's like hockey when you don't use it, and it's not hockey when you use it. So we see Izuku outside after finishing up his experiments, he's way powerful. You see his eyes, it's always glowing green. Izuku, he's fucking he's at, how should I say, not finishing up his experience, but he's at 75% done. His fire, it blows Dabi out of the proportion, but Dabi also had his little training too. That was old Dabi I was talking about. Dabi now, his blue fire, how should I say, bro, it's turning darkish. His blue's turning a little dark. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm giving Dabi a power boost too. His blue's turning dark, like dark blue. Eventually it might turn black. Izuku's green is getting brighter, brighter, brighter. And so, while that's happening, we get to back to Izuku outside in the bushes next to Shigaraki. Not like that, guys. They're looking out of the bushes to see they see a paparazzi, and Shigaraki's like, this will be a great distraction, she thought. Izuku's like, what do you mean? Well, she takes her hands out of her gloves. It's time to do All for One's mission. So we see Shigaraki walking up, and we see the paparazzi like, All for One, All Might, why is he here? Blah blah blah, and stuff like that. We see Izuku walking next to her. He's wearing his classic suit with his gloves on, so no one can see his whole black arm. And we see Shigaraki go close to the UA gate, and she's like, disintegrate. She puts her whole palm on it, and it disintegrates instantly. Izuku and Shigaraki run towards it, gets inside before anything can notice. Now the heroes are outside, looking at the paparazzi that's trying to get inside. We see Izuku and Shigaraki walking past the UA alarms, lasers, to go to a certain safe or mainframe that's in the back of UA. We see Izuku pull out a hard drive and stick it into stick it into the plug that goes in it, and it hacked through the whole thing. He's like, thank you all for one, Izuku says. And it hacks the whole thing. He takes it out and grabs a new hard drive, an empty one. He puts it inside. It's getting files about the 1A, 1A, 2A, 3A, and now 1B, 2B, 3B, everything. What they're gonna do, the USJ, Sports Festival, and the Forest is all in this hard drive. Izuku's like, accomplished. They look at a window and they see a window. Izuku puts one finger together. He makes a very hot fire and puts it towards the window. He burns to the window and jumps out. Izuku grabs Shigaraki. He puts on this coat. It was made for the underground to get past through alarms, because there's a whole alarm system around, like a dome of a whole dome around 1A. They were about to use this cloak, but it was a one-time thing, so they didn't know how to get out. So luckily the paparazzi was there so they can get in. So now they can use this one-time cloak. So they go out and the alarm does not get off from the alarm does not get out. Or, my bad, guys. The alarm does not be set off. So they leave. The alarm was already set off, but the area or the cameras won't be set on him. Dang, guys, it's like 1:21 and I'm getting spaced out right now. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Izuku gets out and they finally get back to the League of Villains hideout, and they put it right there. We see Kane, Kyra, and Seth congratulating them. Well, All for One's congratulating them too. He's like, you did great, Shigaraki and Izuku, but I have to praise Shigaraki more. And Izuku's like, I understand. Shigaraki did see the distraction and took action. So I'm praising you the most for this endeavor. And she's like, thank you, master. And all that's happening, and we skip a few times. We see Izuku. He was at 75. Now he's at 80% of his preparation, or not. He's at his 80% of his full quirk, and that is like a whole, not actually, like a week later. We see All For One talking to this person. So we're finally gonna do it. And he's talking to the doctor. My bad. We're finally gonna do it, and he's like, "Yes, we are." All For One goes back to the mic and starts talking out of the TV. Izuku, Izuku, and Shigaraki, Kane, Kyra, and Seth. Kirigiri, listen up. I brought a bunch of villains, and they're here for this new operation. And the operation is the USJ attack. All For One fills them in about this USJ attack, and Izuku's excited. He gets to see them again. Gets to see the ones that made him rot, that gave them pain and suffering. But Izuku also thinking, All Might, he's way too powerful. Even though I'm at 75%, I don't think I could take him on. It would be high difficulty. And Shiraki's like, "You're not gonna be alone, Izuku. I'll be there." Before she could say that, All For One's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be there, Izuku, because I got one person. This one thing that was meant to destroy All Might, the Nomu." And he was like, "The Nomu?" And he thought about the Nomu, the big thing. It's like, so he finally completed it? Yes, I gave it the proper quirks, shock absorption, and super strength. And regeneration. So he could take all Might's blows and regenerate. And could give him back blows. Whoa, not like that, guys. But yeah, he was like, "This is about to be great. This is about to be the greatest thing in my whole life. I get to take revenge, to take action." And this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. I know, cliffhanger ish, kind of. But yeah, see you guys later, and bye.